Gary, very nice to be with you. We're getting close to KubeCon. A lot of things to get ready in action. But for people that aren't aware of the things that Google's going to be doing, what can we expect from Google in this KubeCon in Atlanta?
Man, it's great to be talking about KubeCon again. It's like KubeCon ends and it's time for KubeCon again. But you can never have too many KubeCons. So we got a lot going on at Atlanta this year. I guess starting out, we're hosting our own event. So we'll be doing our Container Day event, meet a bunch of our experts. I think that's listed on the KubeCon site. I think we can post the link here as well. So that's always great, on co-located day on Monday. But then, throughout KubeCon, a lot of exciting things. I guess in terms of talks, we've got a ton of interesting talks. We've got two keynotes, one by Jago McLeod, our director of engineering. That's kind of the sponsor keynote, but he'll always be good. And then Antonio Ojea, who's one of the leaders of Kubernetes on the steering committee, our representative there. He's got a great keynote as well. So definitely tune in, check those out. I think in terms of session content, people can go through there. But lots of interesting topics we'll be talking about. Obviously, it's still high on AI. So lots of things on, DRA, inference gateway, serving, what are we doing to try to make, Kubernetes, to continue to make Kubernetes the best platform for running, AI workloads. And then that's a lot. But if that's not enough, then finally, of course, we got a booth. As you reminded me, you can find us at booth number 200, the big Google on it. And yeah, it should be fun. We try to do a bunch of lightning talks every day, so the schedule will kind of be posted there. And we've got some pretty exciting demos. We'll be showing some cool stuff like some of our new scalability stuff, open source stuff like the VPA, the new in-pod place resizing, super exciting feature. I think people have been waiting for a long time. And of course, demoing AI inference with things like the LLM, the inference gateway. And we'll just have, a lot of Google PMs and engineers, the folks that work on GKE and Kubernetes will be hanging out at the booth. So stop by. And I guess I should mention swag. We've got a couple of interesting items. We got some pretty swaggy, nice T-shirts that we'll give out. And then William Dennis, who's one of our PMs, created GKE Autopilot. He'll be around. He has a couple lightning talks, and we'll be giving out his book on Kubernetes, which is a great resource for people who are just kind of getting started or want to learn about some of the innards. So I guess that was a lot, but we got a lot going on, Bart.
Yeah, plenty to unpack. And also, we're super excited on the KubeFM side, also Learn Cube side. On November 13th, which is Wednesday at 11:45, we'll be hosting a co-hosting a quiz at the Google Cloud booth, all about nerding out on Kubernetes trivia, a chance for folks to share their knowledge, show off and win some prizes. So definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, and we've also just special shout out also to Nick Eberts, one of the local Google folks who's based in the Atlanta area. I'm looking forward to hanging out with him and also probably playing some music at Kube Jam, which will be on November 12th. A lot of stuff to pack into the schedule, but definitely looking forward to seeing you on the ground there. Now, if we shift it over, thinking about, like you said, we finished one KubeCon, we're in another. In the last 6 months, what are the conversations that you've been having? Obviously we're talking a lot about AI, but from a technical perspective, if people are interested in, connecting with you, sharing the stuff that they're working on, the challenges they're facing, what kind of topics do you want to focus more at this KubeCon in Atlanta?
Yeah, I think, obviously we'll just say, you just said it in there. Anything AI related, I think, definitely stop by. I think, other interesting things, the core, as people start to do this, the core of Kubernetes is still key. So folks who are interested in things like cluster autoscaling, right? Scaling up pods vertically and horizontally, right? Anything to do with sort of workloads, what we're doing in that area, or just any questions people have. Always lots of questions on people who, it's great once you got your clusters going, you're in production. How do we do upgrades, right? So a lot of work been going on upgrades in both open source and on GKE, right? Things like supporting N-3, looking at supporting skip upgrades of the control plane, right? Lots of features that people have been asking for a long time are on both the Kubernetes and or GKE roadmaps. So yeah, I'd say autoscaling, workloads, upgrades, probably the key. And then, I guess another interesting sort of AI, it is AI related, but, a lot of times we talk about running models on, running training or serving models on there. I think the other area that's pretty interesting is, I'll use the term AI ops. So, we're doing a lot of work in terms of, what can we do? How can we use AI to make running, operating, deploying on Kubernetes much easier? So we definitely got some things to show. But if people have, ideas, want to know about what they're thinking, platforms they're building, we'd love to talk to you as well.
Great. And, just as something, we celebrated 10 years of Kubernetes last year, but something we ask folks a fair amount in the ecosystem is, if there's one Kubernetes feature that you could see improved, what would it be and why?
I'd have to think about that one now because I think we've improved a few of them recently. I was a huge fan of the ability to resize pods. I think like in-place resizing of pods was kind of a game changer. And I guess the other thing that I've often posited about is the question of like, what if we had an easier way of doing Kubernetes earlier, right? So I think I'd love to see, maybe a little bit like higher up on the stack, right? I think we've avoided that. Kubernetes is a great platform for building platforms, but are there some more specific platform features that we should have in there? Like, what's an application? How do we define an application, right? We have pods, stateful sets, but what's that overall application look like, right? So I think, looking in that area would be, one area that I think would make the biggest improvement for people who are just getting started and just see Kubernetes as a means to an end rather than the actual means itself.
Perfect. Well, Gary, looking forward to seeing you in Atlanta very soon. Take care.
We'll see you there.